What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. Okay, guys, so we're actually going to start over here on Mr. VIX. And before we get started with this video, I am just going to say, Houston, we do have a problem, is probably what a lot of people are saying. But I am just going to remind you guys, hey, what did we discuss in yesterday's video? If you get another update on Mr. VIX, it's going to bring this RSI right up here to 65. And then we're going to be looking for, within a few trading sessions, we're probably going to see VIX crush. That is typically what we see once you have VIX spike up here and get its RSI above 65. Now, what I will also point out is that you do have a triple bearish divergence, which is also something we brought up if you were to spike up here. Now, did I think you were going to come all the way up here? I'm going to say right now, right, I wasn't too convinced you were going to make it over 20.05, but I did say if we do spike up, we are literally just going to be back testing this broken trend line right here, just like we got rejection right here, and do we have another one right here? Probably. We're probably going to see VIX spike up tomorrow to 22-ish, and then get... I'm just making a prediction here, right? This is definitely a prediction. This is, I got no way of knowing this is going to happen. I've seen some things happen, and every time VIX gets up here, I told you guys, if we get one more down day on SPY, we're probably coming down here. All right, if you lose this level right here, you're probably coming straight down here to 425.43. That was your break and retest level of this ugly double bottom we got going on right here. You broke out. You can see the neckline right there. We are just coming back down to that level tested. I do think we are going to have a decent amount of buyers stepping up over here. Told you guys yesterday, I don't have any way of knowing what is going to happen next, all right? But we do have these scenarios that we're paying attention to, so we don't just have our head in the sand here. We know what's going on. We're prepared for what's going on. And this was just one of those scenarios, guys. All right, if it wasn't going to be 362.95 over here on QQQ, and it wasn't going to be 431.85 over here on SPY, then the next spot was going to be 425.43. And then on top of that, like we pointed out in yesterday's video, well, we probably only have, one or two more down days on SPY because of VIX. If we do have those one or two more down days, your RSI is going to spike up to 65. It's now at 65. So... do with that info with what you will. All right, if you want to open up a fresh short down here, go ahead. All right, I think if you wanted to take your bet, I think we should have been doing so in consolidation. All right, we we did have 7 trading sessions of consolidation. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 where you went absolutely nowhere with big old whipsaw moves. Right, so we did know the break was going to be big. I did think it was going to be in the upside direction after you got these back tests. I will admit that one. But were we, were we completely caught off guard by this move? No, we were not. All right, guys. So on QQQ, what you are paying attention to is 356. That is going to be your line in the sand. If you break 356, 20-ish, all right, we'll just call it 356. If you break it, if you see that happen tomorrow, heads up. We're probably coming down here, the bottom of this trend line, and that is where you're probably going to catch a bid. Why do I say that? Because if it is just going to be a retracement, you are going to see buyers step in over here in the golden pocket. The 0.786 fib is the final line in the sand there for the golden pocket. And that is, if you don't do that, you're probably coming for a 100% retracement, which would bring you all the way down here to the low of this candlestick right here at 351.36. Same goes for SPY over here. If you do not hold 424, we told you guys this was our line in the sand over here for SPY. If you do not hold that, we are very likely coming straight down to 420.50 or 420, whatever the low over here was, 420.18. That was the 100% retracement of this move right there. So it is pretty simple going into tomorrow. I do think you are going to catch a bid in this area. All right. If it wasn't going to be up here and it wasn't going to be up here, and we said it was very likely going to be down here. And then guess what? If you break 424, that is when you're probably going to get a better entry on calls. It's going to be down here with all likelihood if you break 424. But keep in mind, guys, we are very likely close to that bottom regardless because VIX is all the way up here. This, guys, I don't have to sit here sharing my opinion on this. I can just show you what has happened. So if you are new to this channel, just know we do use VIX in our analysis when it is elevated such as this, we will guaranteed be using this to look for a bottom. Guaranteed. That is what we do here on this channel. Not the only thing we do here on this channel, but when it's relevant, it is relevant. And it did tell us we were very likely going to get VIX crush over here. It was very likely that we're going to get VIX crush over on here. You did for a day. You spiked back up. Your RSI got back up above 65. On the day it got back above 65, guess what? The next day you peaked. All right, same with over here. The next day you peaked after you got up to 65. Well, is that going to be the case over here? Are we about to see the next day be our peak? I think probably. Oh, what happened right here? You got to 65. Next day was your peak. You put in a shooting star, wick right there. There was your peak. Oh, what happened over here? Right there. Oh, 2 days later, you had your peak. All right, guys. So, yeah, like I said, I'm just going to show it. Okay. I can, you know, flaunt my opinions out here all I want. But, oh, what happened? 65. Next day, you put in your peak. And then you had VIX crush the whole way down. All right. You guys want to see more examples here? All right. Right here, you end up 65. You had 3 more trading sessions. That was your peak. All right. Now, keep in mind, this was back in our bear market. This is actually when fear was just straight up in the market. That is why VIX was in this range up here, this 20 to 40 range. And now we literally, like, look at that. 20 is around the bottom of all of these spikes here. All right. Whereas now we are just completely in a low volatility market, which I would argue right now, guys, we do have volatility heating up. I mean, that is, you know, it's pretty obvious with VIX, with this hammer candlestick right here, you know, volatility index right here, it's heating up. All right. But guys, we've had some very volatile moves. I just want to say that right now. All right. Very volatile moves. If you are a day trader, maybe you've been having a blast on the playground here, because do you see what's going on here? Let's just see. All right. $4 move to the upside, followed by a $5 move to the downside, followed by a $4 move to the upside, followed by a $6 move to the downside. All in one day. Insane price action today. That I will say. Now, Powell did speak. All right. You know, to me, it didn't sound like anything, you know, too bad was in there. Yet the market did end up doing this. So I don't know. I saw something on Twitter about a missile heading northbound. So maybe that's what scared people today. I have absolutely no idea. I really don't know. We can take a look over here on DXY and see maybe that's what's scaring people. No, it's not. No. What is it over here? Right? Is that scaring people? There it is. There's what's scaring the crap out of people. Okay. Now, what I will also point out here is, oh, boom, bop, bing, boom, pow. You have a bearish divergence. You actually have a triple bearish divergence going on right here from this point. All right. Did you actually? Yeah. Slightly higher than that point right there, right? So we do have a triple bearish divergence going on over here on the 10-year. You can actually also just use TNX. All right. Oh, look at that. You broke out from your channel. Boom, bop, bing, boom, pow. But, yeah, guys, you have a triple bearish divergence going on here on TNX. I think this thing is probably going to be topping out soon. And if that is the reason the market is freaking out here, there you go. All right. You don't typically, you know, once you put in that divergence, you don't last too long up there. We can. This time could be different. All right. It could, but I think we're probably at least going to see a cool off like you had over here before you get a next big spike. All right. Regardless, I don't use the 10-year in my analysis. I use SPY, QQ, and VIX in my analysis. So let's take it over to IWM, because that is something that I think is not looking too bad. I'll actually put 2 setups on your radar today, since we aren't doing the Sunday live streams, that I am taking interest right now, and I think I like them a lot more than I like SPY. I'm just going to tell you that right now. And I am considering, you know, just selling off some of my SPY longs and just positioning over there. I don't want to be all in long, so I don't really want to get more long, but I am willing to move these around to the setups that I think make sense. But I will also say right now, guys, like if you are selling longs down here, at least wait until you break through 424, and then you probably do get a better entry on calls. You could sell them right here. And yes, you're selling for a loss, but I'm just going along with the analysis, guys. If you do end up breaking 424, you're probably going to get the 100% retracement. We're probably like with 90% chance we're going to come down here at 420. All right, now let's actually put a little boom, bop, bing, boo, pow on there. We're going to go like that, and we're going to change this to a 200 DMA. And because I do remember we missed it ever so slightly down here, are we going to hit it? It is elevated now, and that would also align with this support right around right here. You could get these bounces right there. Oh, look at that. All right, super support it turned into because we have the 200 DMA, and we will have our horizontal support right there. And underneath that, guys, you go another % lower than this support, and guess what? You're going to be running into what I think is going to be a real strong support. Guys, I mean, you know, I'd still say downside is limit. Did I think we are going to not hold 431.85 on SPY or 362.95 on QQ? Yeah, I did not see that coming. Well, I did see it coming. I didn't think it was likely, but it definitely was the third scenario there was, you know, SPY's gold to pocket down here, 425.43. On top of that, you know, fix up here. We were talking about this in yesterday's video. So, you know, if you watch that, you're not new to this. I'll actually bring up Bitcoin right now. This thing ain't looking too bad. It does look like it is trying to flip its 200 DMA right here. And yeah, it's not looking too bad to me. It looks like you literally just consolidated. You did have fake news over here, so I will acknowledge that. But from the chart perspective, this actually isn't looking too bad. I would watch out if you come on up to resistance here, though, because you're just going to have trendline resistance as well. That is the trend line you broke down from. Speaking of trendline support, we're gonna go over the weekly chart. We're gonna go like that. All right, guys, so you see what I am talking about. This is where you are catching your bids off of. You have one wick. Can we make that spot on there? There we go. All right. All right, there we go. Right to that wick, right to that wick. Are we spot on there? Right to that wick. Yes, we are. Guys, we got 3 touch points right here. This is the trend line you want to see hold. Honestly, I would like to catch a bid tomorrow. All right, with, you know, if you want to see this picture, all right, turn pretty quick here. You want to catch a bid right here in the golden pocket. All right, that would align with your trend line right here. Worst case scenario, I think we probably do end up coming down here to 420. Like I said, you lose 424. 420 is definitely in play. That is what I will be looking at. All right, but I don't want to confuse you by, you know, giving you too much info over here on SPY, but I will also tell you right now, your RSI is coming back down to oversold territory. So that is something that we also could be paying attention to. If we were to take out this low, is it going to put in a bullish divergence? That is something that we need to take note of. QQQ, same thing over here. You have a 43 RSI. I'm sure if you do end up seeing a decent size move down, well, let's see. All right, you were at a 47 RSI right here, and within 2 trading sessions, you got all the way down here 35. All right, so if we do see some more downside and we hit down here, you're going to have the RSI down there. Maybe there's a bullish divergence, maybe there's not. You likely catch a bid down here. All right, but like I said, moving over here to IWM, we do still have this broadening bottom, which is literally just a descending wedge. All right, descending, broadening wedge. That is what we got going on here. I call it the broadening bottoms, or you got the broadening tops. Why? I can't find one here on this chart. All right, I'm going to be honest, but there's no way this is it. But let's just pretend that is broadening. All right, well, it would be a top. Okay, there's definitely one somewhere we could find, but you know, we don't see these broadening tops too much. I more often see these broadening bottoms. And I am just going to point out, this thing looks pretty good to me. All right, even on the weekly time frame, you have your RSI all the way down here at 36, guys. This is the weekly RSI. On top of that, yes, you did break trendline support here, but you are at horizontal support. This is exactly where you are getting buyers starting to step in on every single one of these legs down. Like, yeah, legs, yes. Yeah, I think I said that right. Yeah. All right, unless we are crashing, all right, which, you know, it's on the table. I'm not saying it's not going to happen. I'm just saying it's extremely unlikely. I showed you guys Mr. VIX over here. Unless we're crashing, this thing's about to get a VIX crush right here from that trend line. All right, so that is what we're paying attention to. All right, but IWM, I think this is looking pretty sexy. Why do I think it is also looking pretty sexy? Aside from this bullish structure we got going on here. This is a reversal formation we got going on here, just like the falling wedge, or just like the double bottom, or just like, you know, all of these things. It is bullish structure. Well, not as bullish as double bottom. That's actually the setup I am going to point out to you guys. We do have a double bottom breakout going on there, and I am bullish on the retest. All right, but right here on IWM, what do we have, guys? We have a triple bullish divergence with this point, and this point. And you could see it right here. You could see it right here. You could see it right there. All right. We are making higher highs over here on the RSI, and you're making lower lows over here on price. All right. On top of that, you're getting this triple bullish divergence. As you come right down into support, you have 168.78 support. That is from this hammer candlestick right here. You can go a little lower, but again, I think it's likely we start catching a bid pretty close to support right here, considering we do have, all right, this bullish divergence going on, which does tell us something is going on behind the scenes. And you know, guys, all right, once it snaps, probably going to go like that, and price is probably going to follow it because the divergence is going to stop. It's going to stop diverging. All right, that's what happens with these divergences. You get them until they play out, and then boom, the RSI will move with price. All right, and I think whenever that does become the case, I think we're going to have a pretty swift move up here to 177 to 180ish. All right, so just something to keep on your radar. But like I said, even if we are going to go, you know, a little lower here, guys, we're looking for like a mega bounce. If you do end up getting this thing down here, we're going to be looking for something massive. All right, we're going to be looking for what happened over here. We're going to be looking for a $20 move on IWM. Are we going to freaking 190? I don't know. All right. But then you come over here. Now, yes, there's a bullish divergence, but then you had an even more massive move, $40 move. Insane. Absolutely insane. That's crazy. Guys, just thought I'd share. I am training my first dog. This is a 12-year-old dog for an old lady that I offered assistance to, and it is going to be an experience. All right, it's going to be for free. We're getting that experience in. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun thing. It's going to be weird, but it's going to be fun. I don't know. Thought just came to my head. All right, but I am going to remind you guys, you do obviously still have sellers stepping up. All right, you will be buying a falling knife, but you will be buying the falling knife with some bullish conditions on these charts. All right, and that is that. All right, guys, so with that being said, I think that just about covers it. I will catch y'all in the next one. Just to recap what we just went over, I do think VIX is probably going to spike a little bit more after this hammer candlestick here. Maybe you come a little up. Maybe we get an intraday reversal off this trend line over here at 22 to 22.50. And then on top of that, I think tomorrow we probably catch a bid in the golden pocket here around this 425.43 level. If you break 424, I will be watching for 420 to 421 to come into play. What is also right over there? You are going to have the 200 DMA. I think we probably tap it, considering we did not tap it last time, and now we're going back to it. If you break the 424, you're probably coming down here. You're probably going to catch a bid off here. If not, we're watching right here at 418. All right, well, 417.62. That is this level right here. All right, there you go. So you have precise levels to put on your charts. There you go. On QQQ, what are we watching for? We're watching to catch a bid off of this golden pocket. If you do not, if you break 356, it's wraps and you're probably coming down here to 351.50. I'm sorry, but it's just, you know, it's probabilities, guys. That's what we will discuss here on this channel. Where is the 200 DMA over here? Holy crap. Yeah, look at how far away that guy is. We got a while to go for over here, and I'm going to be completely honest, guys. I don't think this pattern is going to break out. That's Henry's prediction right there. I don't break to the downside. I meant to say break to the downside. I think it's going to break out to the upside. All right, I'm actually going to put this on your radar as well. This is something that this was a ticker request today. Now, I'm just going to look at this and look at this. So this is 3x leveraged the FANG stocks. All right, I'm pretty sure. It says FANG up here, so I'm pretty sure. All right, regardless, because you have a very similar look to QQQ over here in the manner that you have a freaking massive bull flag going on. All right, if you think these setups break down, most of the time, I think you're wrong. I'm just going to tell you straight up. I think you are wrong. I think you haven't seen many of them play out here. I can go like over here as well. All right. Like, these things typically will end up playing to the upside. All right. Boom, boom. All right. Regardless, guys, I would argue this is even more bullish than what I, pointed out over here. Guys, you were in a falling wedge with a massive flagpole here. This is FANG stocks. Yes. But what do we have over here on QQQ? What we've been paying attention to for quite some time. Since we were over here, we were paying attention to this pattern right here. All right. And we literally came down and bounced off of the bottom trend line. If we come down here, I think we're very likely just going to bounce off the bottom of the trend line and then catch a bid back up here. All right, guys. So not too complicated. I would stay away from short dated options. All right. I would definitely recommend, no financial advice here, but I would definitely suggest, at least what I'm doing, guys, pick your options 20 or 30 days out. All right. With this next play, I'm going to bring up right here, Tesla. All right. Maybe the chart looks bearish. All right. I'm not going to say it looks the best. I am definitely going to say you have a falling knife, but you did form a doji candlestick right off of here. And it will also be, all right, with the gap down. So what if we gap up tomorrow? What if you open right here? All right. Just trying to draw a candlestick there. All right. What if you open right here? All right. And then you have an island reversal. I know that's not really a hammer right there. I can't make it small here. Doesn't really work. Yeah, I was trying so hard. All right. Guess what, guys? The setup, it doesn't matter about my drawings, right? Because the setup is there. Now, yes, you did end up breaking trendline support. I will acknowledge that. But you do have the daily RSI all the way down at 30 right now. And that comes right as you have a doji candlestick off heavy volume right at support. I am going to say I think downside is limited over here on Tesla. December 15 is the calls I would be going with. What strike, you may ask? 250 strike. 240, 250 strike. I like it. I think off the top of my head, 250 was going for 600 bucks. That is what I'm interested in tomorrow. Now, I am going to come over to the other play that I'm going to put on your radar, which is McDick's. All right, McDick's. Kid Slam. This one comes from you, I believe. I think you've been shouting this out in the Discord. I finally, ended up popping in on that. Yes, I probably should have, bought the breakout there. But, all right, I started my position on this bad boy today. Dude, we managed to sell literally right before this thing ended up tanking. All right, but I'm just going to tell you guys right now, I am bullish on this retest. I really am. Let's just come down here to the weekly time frame, and this is also something that I suggest getting a date on, guys. When we talk about options here on this channel, there's not a chance we're going to be talking about these 1 to 2 week out options. We're talking 20 to 30 days out minimum. That's all I'm going to be ever talking about here on this channel, right? Because, you expose people to the 1 to 2 week options, you're exposing yourself to getting completely wrecked if you time these wrong. That is what happens. And guys, when I get the timing wrong, I'm not just completely screwed if you have that date on it. All right, we can get the rebound. All right, and then sell on the rebound. That is what happens. Or it goes, still according to plan, and we catch a bid. All right, it's one or the other. But I'm just going to say right here, that is why you avoid short-term options, because you don't know. You literally don't know. And if you want to add that extra insurance in there, double your time. Whatever you think it's going to take, double that time. Over here in Tesla, I think December 15 is quite sexy. If you do end up getting up to 240, that is going to be about 12 to 1300 per contract off the top of my head. And guess what? That is going to be a 2x. That would be you getting $20 up. You're going to come back right up here. You're going to fill this gap. There is your 2x on the December 15 250 calls. If you get those in the money, and let's say this happens tomorrow, no time goes by. Well, they're going to be about 1800 per contract. I would calculate some time into there. Let's say a few weeks go by. Well, guys, they get in the money. Then we're talking like maybe 1600 bucks. All right, guys. So these are the plays that I think honestly look better. All right, better with the risk reward, stance here, better than the indices right now. Do I think the indices aren't still looking pretty sexy? No, I think QQ is still in this massive bull flag, and like maybe we do come down here. All right, like I told you guys, we got the line in the sands. We're going to be paying attention to them. All right, maybe we get some better entries. All right, but I am going to say right now, this thing right here is already showing strength. And what do I also like about it? It's the exact same freaking setup. You have the same wick on the top of this. I'm bullish on the pullback, baby. All right, I'm just putting that one out there, guys. We bullish. You had this big, I missed that. You had this big red bar spike right there. What do you got right there at the bottom? Big red bar spike. All right. What do you got? What do you got the next week right here? You had right here, a doji candle, a long-legged doji candlestick with the wick to the upside. You have the same exact thing going on over here, guys. You have the same thing. All right, guys, so what's going to happen here? I have no idea, but your weekly RSI got all the way down here. Let's just look back at McDick's. Guys, you got your COVID crash right here. Let's take a look back. All right, you have back over here in 02. That was also a crashy kind of time for the stock market. Other than that, you don't get this opportunity to load up a Mr. McDicks over here. So honestly, guys, I like the setup. And I like 11/17. I like, the December expiration. I think these are going to be sexy decisions in a few weeks from now. I do. All right. Can we tank off earnings? Yeah. But I think it's much more likely that we get a run up into earnings next week. Well, it's not next week. It's 2 weeks. But, next Friday is one trading session away from earnings. So, yeah, I will not doubt it at all to see this. Now, we do also have, just come over here. We do, and you guys see where I got this alert on. I'm waiting. Guys, I'm waiting to pounce. All right. We come back down here, this 253.43 neckline. I'm going to pounce. All right. Guaranteed. Maybe I end up buying it a little earlier. All right. You do have a shooting star candlestick on the daily time frame right here from resistance, guys. This is where we are looking for rejection here. All right. You're likely going to get sellers stepping in around 363. What was the high here? You had not 363, 263, 262.56 was the high that was right in our little zone going on over there. That is where you end up free falling there. Yeah, guys, I think you probably just got your buying opportunity on McDicks. If you get back here, I think that's another buying opportunity on McDicks. And I'll just say, these contracts, they do move a little wild. All right, they go a little wild on the wild side. I was playing not zero DT, but Friday's expiration. Oh, we timed that one right. But I will say right now, I still do not advise, anything less than 20 or 30 days. We will not be discussing these things here on the channel. All right, guys. So those are the setups that I want to put on your radar. All right, let's see. Do we have any others? I think I saw AMD. No, never mind. Those on the hourly time frame. I saw this on Twitter. Oh, look, guys, you got AMDs from your supply zone up here. You came back, and you actually do have head and shoulders for me right here. All right, so that is something to take note of right there. All right, boom, ba, bing, boom, pow. Yeah, guys, this is why I'm saying focus. Holy jeez, what did you do, TSM? Was this because NVIDIA? Was this because what did TSM? I'm going to look at the TSM news today. I want to know. Oh, you had earnings. All right, I completely missed that. I am a dummy on that one. All right, look at that. Opposite of NVIDIA. Look at that. Look at that. NVIDIA died. That's funny. All right, guys. But this is what I'm saying. There's not really too many setups to be paying attention to. McDicks and Tesla. Risk reward is there. I'm a believer. All right. Like, I'm going down the list right here. I'm not seeing many setups. Baba right here. Baba setup, actually. Risk reward. I think this right here. This ain't looking too shabby. You have as of right now, you still have this bullish divergence going on down here. Now, I didn't add any more to my Bob position. Those calls did end up dying a little today, all right? So that was that. But, I don't have too much in that. I'm too heavy for my liking in SPY, which is why, I was bringing up McDicks. I really like McDicks. I am heavily considering, taking some out of SPY and literally just loading some McDicks. Maybe I get one of those 250 December 15 contracts. Maybe we sell a little more of SPY and we get 2 December 15 contracts and some more McDicks. The McDicks contracts, I keep calling them McDicks. I'm sorry. That's what I call it around here. I don't eat McDonald's, guys. I haven't eaten there in years. Yeah, right. McDicks, if you eat McDonald's, All right. But that is just MCD, McDonald's right there. All right. I am liking the 265 strike for the 11/17 expiration. All right. I did end up getting in that bad boy at $400 today, and I do think that is going to be an option contract that does end up turning into a good decision a few weeks down the line. Maybe 1 week down the line. Not a few weeks. I think next week. All right. So with that being said, we went over 2 setups today. We went over everything. So we are prepared for the indices tomorrow. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Everyone have a lovely rest of the night, and just know I do appreciate the living crap out of you guys. You guys do bring a smile to my face each and every day. I love getting your comments, guys. I absolutely love that we have a massive community at this point, and I am going to let you guys know right now we will keep the paid Discord, but we will be opening up a public chat room, and it's just literally just gonna be, one tab in the Discord that's, just public. And maybe we get a couple hundred members. Oh, because guys, we are at 3.6K here. That's 3,600 people here. I think we probably are gonna have a free group of a couple hundred people to give our market thoughts throughout the day. So that would be pretty cool. So I am going to be opening that up within the next 1 to 2 weeks. So that'll also be something pretty cool. All right. With that being said, I love you guys. I'll catch y'all in the next one, which will be tomorrow. Peace.